The Biden administration is taking additional steps to help fix wage disparities for federal employees and employees of government contractors on Monday, the 15th anniversary of a historic federal pay equality statute. President Joe Biden stated that although there has been improvement since the Ledbetter Fair Pay Act was enacted in January 2009, women who work outside the home are still paid, on average, 84 cents for every dollar earned by males, and that the differences in pay are much more pronounced for many women of color. Common sense measures unveiled on Monday, according to the Democratic president, will help pay millions of workers fairly, close gender and racial wage gaps, and yield tangible benefits for the federal government and federal contractors. A final rule prohibiting the government from taking into account an individual's history or present income when establishing their wage for federal employment has been released by the Office of Personnel Management. According to administration authorities, taking this action will ensure that salary is determined by an applicant's abilities, experience, and knowledge and assist prevent pay discrimination. Protections for workers employed by federal contractors will be provided by a similar proposal. A proposal has been released by the Federal Acquisition Regulatory Council to forbid federal contractors and subcontractors from obtaining and taking into account information on a job applicant's past earnings when making hiring or salary decisions for employees working on government contracts. Additionally, the proposal mandates that salary ranges be disclosed in job advertisements by contractors and subcontractors. According to administration officials, the plan will assist government contractors in attracting, and retaining personnel, as well as enhancing work satisfaction, performance, and lowering attrition. The first bill that then-President Barack Obama signed into law after taking office in 2009 was the Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. Biden served as the vice president. After learning that she was being paid less for performing the same work at a Goodyear plant than her male coworkers, Ledbetter filed a lawsuit in the Supreme Court, which ultimately resulted in legislation that bears her name. The White House Budget Office's Shalanda Young stated that the legislation closed long-standing racial and gender wage disparities and included significant safeguards against pay discrimination. However, there is still more work to be done, she stated to reporters during a White House-organized conference call to discuss the news. During the same call, Karen Ahuja, the head of the Federal Personnel Office, stated that when it comes to wages, the government does a pretty decent job. The federal government's wage disparity in 2022 was 5.6%, while the national average was 16%. According to Ahuja, there is less than 1% salary disparity among the federal government's highest-ranking officials. She declared, "The federal government is proud of this progress we've made. However, we also understand that any disparity is intolerable." According to the National Partnership for Women and Families, there is a $9,990 difference between what women earn and what men earn. With that amount, a working woman could cover roughly 64 weeks of food, 7 months' worth of mortgage and utility payments, roughly 9 months' worth of rent, or more than a year's worth of additional childcare.